And you got mad at me for going after the Swifties?
Yeah.
You know the Shrekkies?
Don't you dare.
Those Shrekkies are wild, man.
Get out of my swamp.
This isn't therapy. This is not therapy. This is not therapy. This is not therapy. This isn't therapy.
Hello,
Hello, hello.
Hello, hi.
And welcome back
to another fun,
Flirty
fabulous
episode
of
This
This Isn't Therapy. The podcast about all the stuff people are talking to their therapists about.
Correct.
My name is Jake Ernst. Who are you?
I'm what did we forget?
I was just going to add that I was a therapist.
Oh, yeah.
But I forgot that.
That's okay.
Who
Well,
are you?
now we said it. I'm Simon Palick, and I am a filmmaker. And together, Jakey and I, we're two friends who like to have casual Kelly Couch conversations about, I was going to say human behavior.
Do you want to start over?
You know, I'm liking this. This is the
Oh,
messy
you-
middle.
oh, you
This is
are.
the messy.
Oh,
We're
you
keeping
are.
this.
Okay.
So
Good.
each week on this podcast, Jake and I, we take our grubby little paws. We reach into the therapy room. We pull out a theme, a factoid, a question, a query, and we have a casual Kelly Couch conversation about it. Why?
Well, it's because what they say.
What do they say?
Therapy themes are every single place you look. That's right.
That is so right.
And so this week we are pulling out
Yeah.
some things that are actually kind of coming up a lot more
Yeah, yeah.
recently.
Actually.
Yeah, actually.
Okay.
Like nostalgia core, for
Yeah.
example.
Yeah.
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 No, for sure.
No.
So we're going to talk about kind of why are we keeping on seeing this reemergence.
Yeah.
What's the word?
Reemergence?
This reemergence.
Yeah.
I was going to say resurgence, and then I meant
Resurgence?
reemergence.
Yeah, I feel like
Of-
it is emerging and resurgence. No,
Yeah.
whatever.
Around TV shows and movies.
Yeah.
And then we are going to get into corporate speak and some recent data that has come out that I
Ooh.
find hilarious.
I cannot wait to circle back.
I know. I
And
know.
as per my last email,
Exactly.
and just bumping this to the top of your inbox
Yes, exactly.
in that second segment.
That is the corporate speak that we'll be referencing.
I'm so excited for that.
Okay. So let's take a quick break. And,
Already? We just got here.
well, we might need to have a glass of water or something.
Yeah.
We might need to.
I think we need to get back. I don't
We
know
need
what,
to have
what
a
is
snack.
I love when we're in a silly mood.
We might need to have a snack.
I love a chaotic mood.
In any case, we're going to come back
And have a snack.
tackle those two
All right.
topics.
Okay.
Okay, bye. I know, listen, we may not be on our A game tonight,
Yeah. Tonight.
but we were for that. It's not the nighttime. But you, wow.
Hello, hi, and welcome back. Okay, reset.
After we've had a snack. Exactly.
Yeah, watch out for that zombie attack. Yeah, okay. We're good.
I don't often experience this like brain drain effect, but
Yeah.
I just felt it.
Is it because I'm exhausting to be around?
That's not true.
I wish you would be honest with me.
that's not true, sister.
I just find it really funny
Yeah.
that you're not gonna do that.
I
Okay.
know.
All right. So in this first segment,
Okay.
I want to talk about or bring to the pod nostalgia core.
Take us to it.
The reason, obviously, right now, my access point is just looking at like film and TV and what's out there, right?
Yeah.
Nostalgia core, we are seeing a lot of remakes of old shows that are coming back. Either they're being reimagined or it's like expanding the universe, right? So we see it like Malcolm in the Middle is back, which was like a cornerstone of like my childhood growing up. We see, like not recently, but like, the iCarly remake, like where we're revisiting the same characters and now they're older, right?
The
Lizzie
Hannah
McGuire.
Montana anniversary.
20th
yeah.
anniversary, like
Yeah.
all of this stuff. Like we're going back and being like, where are they now? There's also like expanding the universe and bringing in new characters too as well. With like Girl Meets World, like
Yeah.
the Sabrina Carpenter, which she was on before she was Sabrina Carpenter, like stuff like that. And for me, The Paper, which is a good example. The Office, how the Office, the show The Office. There's a show called The Paper, which revisits. It's not the same characters. Oscar's in it, but it's like the same universe.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I
So-
have heard of the paper, but I didn't realize it was connected to The Office.
Yeah, it is. In the first episode, they like nail it right on the head. I would say it's in my opinion, one of the most successful like
Really?
reimagining so far.
You heard it here first.
They're filming season 2 right now. Anyways, I think, there's a lot of like business stuff that goes into the reason why this is happening, like low financial risk. There's already like a loyalty brand buy-in. But I am more interested in kind of like the psychology of why people return to the comfort viewing or returning to like the same TV shows or even like the same universe of a TV show that was once beloved
Yeah.
that is not obviously of this era, and what that kind of says about where we're at in the culture.
So you want to kind of talk more about the audience, like why
I do.
we as an audience.
Yeah, I'm not going to talk about like the
still have a hunger for it.
Yeah, because I do think we do. And I'm purposely wearing this shirt today, which is one of my favorite shows. It's an animated show.
Avatar,
Avatar: The Last Airbender.
The Last Airbender.
Yeah, most recently it was there's a movie that came out. So there's other I'm going to hold on. This is for the Avatar fans. If you're not an Avatar fan, just skip ahead 15 seconds.
1.
Avatar: The Last
3.
Airbender is the canon, and then there was Avatar Korra, which was the next one after Avatar.
Right?
So it was almost like what happens, like 50 years later. And then they have but this one is the original, and there was a movie that was supposed to come out and it got leaked. So it's all over the internet right now. So it's really sucks. It was really exciting because I remember hearing about that and being someone who loved this show, like used to watch it live when it came out, and I have the DVD box set.
There's a leaker.
Someone leaked it, and so it's out there, and I only saw this one scene because I thought it was a fan scene. I thought it was AI generated, but no, it was the movie. And I was like, oh no.
Whoa.
But anyways,
That's a big...
so this is my nostalgia core because the show was very formative to me.
Well, maybe can we just start there at
Sure.
nostalgia core? Because I want to differentiate that from... Because I just feel like that's also internet speak.
Nostalgia
Like-
core?
Yeah, like why can't we just call it sequels? Or why can't we just call it
Because it's not.
revisiting, like reruns?
Because no, it probably is. It's
Yeah.
it's that, but then there's also like the sequels, the prequels, the like expanding the universe, the remakes,
Oh,
But
you're lumping all of that kind of into the same...
the hunger of nostalgia core, right? Like,
Yeah,
because you can see
right.
it. Like, we're getting a Toy Story 5,
Yeah.
where like it's going to be great, and it's going to be probably like very, just based off of what the trailer, the subject matter is about. I think you're going to eat that thing up.
Which there are rumors that Taylor Swift is also going to be featured on it.
Great, can't wait.
But by the time this episode comes out, maybe the culture already knows that. So this
Yeah,
could be
yeah.
old news. Who knows?
Or maybe she's not with us anymore. So who knows? Who knows what'll happen?
Well, in any
In
case,
any case.
I'm not touching that with a 10-foot pole.
Wait, what do you mean?
I'm not going anywhere.
I heard that the Swifties are
Don't-
like really reasonable people,
Don't
and they're
even.
really cool and chill.
Goodbye.
No?
Goodbye.
I think I got like my information.
Goodbye.
Anyways.
I'm
But I
not-
think I'm more interested in talking not necessarily the thing, but just that kind of very human, seems like an appetite. There's an appetite for us to not get new things.
Yeah.
There's an appetite to return to old things, either in a reimagining or in or like a straight up like remake.
There's like a revisiting.
Yeah, like
that-
look at the Disney princess, like the Disney movies that they're like, oh, it's a live action remake, but it's the same story. But if there's something about it that's like, I'm just curious about that.
We're like, we want to see Rachel Zegler do it.
In Snow White, yeah.
We
But-
want to see her do it this
Yeah,
time.
yeah, yeah. We want to do.
No, can we do someone else next
do it
time?
again, but I maybe from your perspective, from your spot on the couch, like, what do you see happening from like a human point? Like, why are people not having an appetite? Why do people have an appetite for like this type of nostalgia stuff? Like, we're seeing Hilary Duff. We're
Yes.
seeing Hilary Duff.
Yes.
Like,
we-
that's a perfect example of nostalgia.
We will
core.
be at the Toronto show for
We'll be
all
at the
the
Toronto
lovely
show.
listeners
Come
who
and find
want to
us.
scope us out.
Yeah.
We will be there.
In August,
Waving our
13,
flags.
14, 15, one of those dates. Toronto 13, 14, or 15, one of those.
Oh, wait. I thought it was in July.
Oh, it's August.
Okay. Well, I'll be there.
Yeah.
Either way.
I'll also be there in July.
Yeah. I'll
But-
be there both.
But there's I
Yeah,
was
both.
like, I'm so excited for that.
So I think the
Yeah.
reason why we like it is similar to what you said.
Mm.
We may not be revisiting the story, but we are revisiting how it felt for us. Maybe the first time we watched it,
Yeah.
or the fandom that it kind of gives us access to.
Yeah.
There's probably a set of feelings that we like associating ourselves with,
Mm-hmm.
and it's also a reliable way to feel those feelings. And so it's not just like the uncertainty of, ooh, will this be a really good movie?
Mm-hmm.
But we go to see The Devil Wears Prada 2 because we like number 1,
Yeah.
and then we're like, ooh, we got to go check that out.
I can't wait.
Right?
Yeah.
And so I think things like Shrek 5,
Yeah.
Shrek 2 is the best.
It is.
Shrek 2
is
Shrek 2 is the best.
Yeah, but listen,
Shrek 3 and a, 3 what
No,
is
we
it?
don't-
3 and a
yeah.
half?
We don't have to. Yeah, there was.
We don't
We didn't need that.
that's not in my Shrek universe.
No, not my
That movie-
not my universe.
That movie doesn't exist in
That's
my
not my
Shrek.
Shrek.
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope. And so Shrek 5,
Mhm.
maybe more appropriately titled Shrek 3. the real Shrek
Yeah.
3.
And you got mad at me for going after the Swifties?
Yeah.
You know the Shrekies?
Don't you dare
Those Shrekies are wild, man.
get out of my swamp.
Anyways, get
Yeah.
out of my swamp.
Back to your freaking own
But
swamp.
how much of this do you think is
Yeah.
a reflection of, do you think this is this okay that we're being a little like, you know what, I kind of want to go back to comfort viewing or what's familiar?
Well,
Or is this
this-
us being stuck and unable to face like reality and like move forward? This all from Shrek 5.
That was a bit for the YouTubers who saw that I just got stuck.
And you're
where I
frozen
just got frozen.
in the swamp.
I was gonna say, let's be really clear.
Yeah.
This is millennial content, right? And so these
I only know millennial content.
no, I know that, but
Yeah.
I'm saying millennials
Yeah.
are now in this world of the internet where
Yeah.
we grew up with one foot in, one foot out.
Yeah.
And we're also have a lot of buying power right
Yeah.
now for culture.
Yeah.
We also have a lot of influence and decision making
Mhm.
over where we spend that money.
Yeah.
And we also are very clear on that we're not kids of the internet.
Mm.
I think that we also go back to that place of bring us back the TV stuff, bring us back the really early 90s, late 90s, early 2000s type stuff.
Mhm.
Right. And so I think that, I was just telling you, I bought some CDs at the Brooklyn flea market that I
Mhm.
was like so excited to buy. Not because I have a CD player yet,
Yeah.
but I bought them because I think it's this nostalgia core thing
Yeah.
where I'm like, oh, I want to be able to still have a bit of an archive of
Yeah.
what life was like, kind of pre all this like really big change.
Yeah.
And I think it kind of harkens back to it for that, to that for us.
Do you think it also has a piece about it being very analog versus digital?
Yeah,
Because
yes,
so much
yes,
is
yes.
digital.
Yes.
There is something very tactile about getting a CD and
Yes.
listening to it
Yes.
versus, like going to the movie theater and watching a movie, like going to a concert and like watching, like listening to live music. Like there's something very analog about that.
And a lot of it is probably Asian stage. Like we love to see where is Hilary Duff now.
Yeah.
And the other thing too that I've been thinking about a lot, and maybe this is like the past couple episodes that we didn't talk about, that because media and culture has changed so much because of the internet,
Mhm.
if you think about like early TV, early celebrities, early newscasters, we just hadn't had access to them in a way that we had before, right? I was listening to Oprah Winfrey talk on
Who?
this, kind of niche.
Is she
Sorry.
new?
Yeah, she's
Oh, she's new.
niche core.
Is she a TikToker?
Yeah.
Is she on TikTok?
Niche core.
I love
Uh,
that.
so-
Niche core.
Yeah. I was watching Oprah Winfrey on this one show, and she was talking about how in the early stages of her career, like in the 80s, she was noted to be one of the first people that got to be herself on television,
Mhm.
because to be a newscaster or to be a journalist or to be an interviewer, you kind of had to like have this like buttoned up,
Yeah.
this is for TV
Yeah.
kind of persona.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so she was noted and credited as like one of the first people on TV that got to be herself, really kind of setting the stage for vulnerability and showcasing getting to be your own person on television,
Mm.
which I think is pretty cool when you map it onto this conversation,
Yeah.
which is that now we're in this era where we've gotten to see and grow up with people being themselves. And
Yeah.
now we still want them to be themselves, but now their 30-year-old self or their 40-year-old self,
Yeah.
so that we can see like how we have aged alongside of them.
Yeah.
anyway, I just wonder if that's also a layer. This like Asian stage thing. Like I don't.
Interesting.
It's not necessarily that I want to watch, 14-year-old Hilary Duff in Casper Meets Wendy,
Yeah, that's a good one.
but I do want to go see her in the adult remake of Casper Meets Wendy.
Yeah, yeah.
I would love to see where Wendy at now.
Yeah.
I want to know like what is Wendy up to?
Is she still,
Does she
Is
still
'cause
have?
she's a witch in that one.
Does she still own the red cloak?
Yeah, I was just gonna say I remember
I
seeing the
would-
red cloak.
Yeah,
I remember drawing that picture
yeah.
in art class.
I
Being
was-
like, I saw this movie.
I was obsessed
Yeah.
with that movie.
Mhm.
The way that I was obsessed with that movie, I thought that I was Casper and I wanted to marry Hilary Duff.
I also had a similar experience.
Yeah.
What is about that?
Yeah.
I feel
Yeah.
like she, at least Hilary
And also
Duff,
the boy in that movie,
I
I had
remember the
the
boy. Who's the
biggest
boy?
crush. Devin Sawa?
Casper?
No,
Oh.
Devin Sawa.
Okay.
Like just the cutest boy
Okay.
for that age bracket.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
was like, "Oh, this is what dreams are made of." Not to add a different Hillary
Yeah,
reference onto that one, but
Oh my goodness.
in any case,
I just yeah.
I think it's nostalgic in the sense that we were revisiting time and place,
Yeah.
but I don't think it's nostalgic in the sense that like we want to go back and kind of be 14 again.
No.
So to answer your question, like, no, I don't think it's bad. I don't think it's a regression. I think it's a progression into something like we can still have media that's built for us that kind of references our old interests. And
Yeah.
we've seen this like throughout time, right? Like
Yeah.
even our parents like had their shows like where if there was a reboot,
Yeah.
they'd get so excited about it,
Yeah.
right? Like what's that one show with like the Love Boat or
The Love Boat.
Gilligan's Island?
Gilligan's Island.
Like, like it's if that came back in some sort of form in a
Yeah.
way that they could have accessed it at like 40, 50 or 60, they
Yeah.
would.
Well, Full House, like Fuller House, came back and did
Yeah.
that. But even like think about movies too. Like Dune is a remake.
Yep. Or reunion tours of like
Yeah.
artists.
Yeah.
Right. Like you best believe that when Miley Cyrus is touring at 60 years old, I'm going to be there.
Yeah.
Like I will be watching Beyonce when she comes back for her reunion
Yeah.
tour.
Yeah.
It just
I-
will happen.
You know what I also think about too about this nostalgic core thing? Like outside, like the obvious answer feels like the world is really difficult right now and there's a lot of chaos and challenging things.
Yeah.
Let's kind of return to a time where things maybe were simpler, but not for the act of like, oh, I wish I were back there, but more so it's nice to remember what it felt like, as you pointed out. And I think like maybe another layer to it is also that connectivity piece. Like, I don't remember being able to engage about Lizzie McGuire as much as I can engage with it now. Like I didn't have the tools to do that. Like I
Yeah.
remember it was just like me and my sister
Yeah.
would watch it, and like I don't remember talking about that or like That's So Raven or like these shows that I just remember like loving. But now I have this ability to connect with so many people about it. Like when Hilary Duff first announced her concert, I was like, because she came to Toronto already with the small rooms, big whatever. And I was like, oh, I'm going to get tickets. It's going to be easy. Nobody's going to get tickets. And I'm a fool because so many people got tickets.
We all
right?
had the same idea. Yeah.
Yeah. But then when she announced the tour, it was like, oh, well, we're going.
Yeah. The millennial group chat popped off.
But I
like it
never
was-
had that experience with that like content that was so meaningful to me. And so I was like, and I don't mean in a way where I'm like, oh my God, my personality is like Lizzie McGuire, but it just, that show was like, I loved that show.
love.
And it's so fun to like fangirl with people at our age where we're at, not like we're 14 again, but like as 30-year-olds
Yeah.
engaging with something that had meaning to us.
Exactly.
And that connectivity piece.
That's the point. It's the
yeah.
group belonging piece mixed with what they would call as the psychologists, the studiers.
Yeah, yeah.
They-
The higher beings.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
control us all.
Yeah, exactly.
The people that run the sim simulation
Yeah.
for us because we're just in a simulation.
They would call that collective effervescence, where we
Mm.
get to have like at a sporting event, for example, like last summer when like the Jays were here, I was
Yeah.
like, this is the best
is-
experience ever. Not because I'm gonna get like analytical and technical about the stats on the Jays.
No, but the energy. The same with the Raptors. I remember when
Yes.
we had that era.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
That collective effervescence is like a feeling that we all can
yeah.
tap into and be like, ooh, I want more of that.
And can I say one final thing about this?
Say it.
I can't.
If you must.
If you must. Impossible.
Can I get the last word in?
I wish you would.
1 second.
Once again, it's just really funny that.
There's something else I want to add.
What do I want to add? It's actually pretty valuable, I think.
I believe you.
Oh, in a world where we're increasingly digital, increasingly siloed, increasingly pulled apart, increasingly made to be like put into these homogenous groups where we just get fed the same stuff, the algorithm at all, it makes me so happy and hopeful to know that we can rally behind something and like have that collective effervescent, as you named it.
The girls are going offline.
I think it's so
Yeah.
important that we continue to
Yeah.
go. And this is why I feel hopeful about like the future, because I feel as though even though with all the incredible capabilities of AI and all this technology and all the chaos in the world, I think we're also feeling a collective exhaustion with it. And we're returning to form. We're going back to, hey, I remember hobbies. Remember like having dinner plans. Like remember listening to vinyl.
Yeah.
Like remember like, and sure it's wrapped up in like an aesthetic or a lifestyle. But I pop up the hood for that. And for me anyways, I'm like, oh, that's you returning to like physical form. And I love that.
Me too.
Anything that gets you there, anything that gets you well, what did you say? What do you say when you say that? Anything that gets you well stays well? Haven't you said
What?
that before?
I don't think so.
Well guards. Guard wells well.
Oh.
No, I'm just
Do you mean like the like
something that gets you well. You used to say something.
oh the
Like happy like something that gets you well will keep you well. I don't remember what you were talking about, but I just remember you would say something like that.
in like medicine, there's this like saying they say the dose that gets you well keeps you well.
Oh, I didn't know that.
The dose that gets you well keeps you well.
Never mind.
Anyway.
Scratch all of that.
I don't know if this was about that, but in any case,
No, it was.
Okay.
Sometimes my brain remembers something, remembers like the thing of it, and
Yeah,
I'm like, oh
like-
wait, no, that's not the context.
You're like, wait, did Jake say that before?
He did anyways. I'll probably cut this.
The
all
dose
out.
that gets you well keeps you well. Exactly.
Anyways,
Speaking of maybe changes in technology
Yeah,
or
yeah.
across generations,
huh?
we are now going to make a segue
Okay.
and talk about the ways that this kind of lingo has made its way into work. And I'm
Circle back.
so excited.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
All
See you
right.
there. Speaking of my excitement, let me just report on the findings. Okay.
According to Q1,
Yes,
we had a
exactly.
lot of ROIs.
I'd like to circle back
Mm-hmm.
to the last This Isn't Therapy Industries conversation meeting
yeah.
with the loveliest of lovely listeners.
At Jake Ernst, just following up on this.
I would
Were
like
you able to action this?
Mhm. Please
Yeah.
make sure you action the item that I actioned before.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we won't find action on
We
it.
will not be finding action.
Exactly.
here.
So it turns out
Yeah.
that a lot of this corporate lingo
Mm.
actually might have a downside. And this comes to us from Jessica Stillman for
Love
her work
her.
is incredible.
Oh my gosh, she's so good in American Horror Story.
Yeah.
Jessica, you are so good in it.
Jessica
I'm so excited for your return.
Chastain Stillman
Oh my goodness.
comes to us from Inc.com. And of
Wait,
course,
INC.com?
yeah, Inc. Like INC, sorry. Yeah, not INK. It's the INC, like
Yeah, yeah.
incorporated. Yeah.
I've never heard of that.
It reports on business stuff.
'Kay. Good morning.
Hi. This is by Jessica Stillman for Inc.com, and the title is "People Who Love Corporate BS Are Bad at Their Jobs." A new Cornell research study confirms.
Interesting.
And it goes like this: when people throw around corporate BS terms like blue sky thinking, synergistic leadership, and end state vision, their goal is clear. They want to sound smart and sophisticated. But according to a new study, they are actually inadvertently revealing the exact opposite with their love of empty jargon.
Mm.
The new research from Cornell University psychologist Shane Littrell confirms that what buzzword haters have always suspected. People who eat up meaningless corporate speak also tend to be bad at practical decision making and analytical thinking, thus making them worse at their job.
Mm.
In short, the more you love corporate BS, the less well you're likely to perform at work. Whoa.
Interesting.
So it's an interesting finding that basically suggests that when you use words to fill space,
Mm.
or to sound smart, that it's not actually correlated with being able to. I was going to just say, that's going to be able to achieve.
Follow through.
It just won't allow you to achieve
The synergistic energy
outcomes
of the outcome
Exactly.
will not be actioned
Exactly. Thank you.
to make a ROI worth it for our shareholders.
That is what my brain wanted to say, but I couldn't get the joke out. In any case, my tongue tie at it again.
Yeah. Wow. Wow.
Told ya.
So do you think this, how much, because this is obviously corporate speak, that idea of having like empty jargon is not new to not just corporate, but like we see that in other spaces.
Yeah.
But like in the film world, oh my God, all the time. It's like stupid stuff.
In my world too.
Yes. Yeah.
But
So-
there is a little bit of like a performativity to it, right? It's performative.
Totally. So do you think that this, like, what is your sort of analysis of this overuse of jargon beyond just what the article suggests? Like, is like returning to, can we just be clearer? Like, this language was obviously created so that we could all be speaking about something with like an expertise, right? Like that's what I imagine where this jargon kind of came from.
Well, it usually gets watered down from its like true definition. I'm sure like someone put together like synergistic leadership,
Yeah.
like some kind of systemic review or some kind of research showed that like when things are synergistic and like we can all work together,
Yeah.
it's a lot better to do that way.
Right.
I'm assuming that it probably has gotten watered down. And here's a way or an example from maybe therapy that I can think about. So in therapy, we have this thing called therapy voice. Have we talked about this?
You're ringing bells.
So
Are you using your therapy voice right now?
no.
Okay.
In fact,
I am. Hi.
No, but
I
I
have a seat.
come on.
Come on in. So you're fighting with your mother again? Tell me about it.
My point.
Let's talk about the internal family systems. Put your hand to your chest and take 4 deep breaths. This is called somatic healing. I'm kidding.
You're really not though,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
it really is
All right.
the equivalent of that. Like it really is. Therapy voice is where therapists feel like they have to adopt a different type of voice when they're working with certain emotions or certain clients. And so maybe that will look like, yes, tell me how that might be hard for you.
Right.
That might be one. Or the more kind of warmer, like mother voice,
Right.
like grandmother's voice.
And is
That's
this a strategy that's used to
well,
help?
people think that it's a therapeutic technique, but there's absolutely no backing to.
Right.
In fact, speaking in your normal speaking voice is a lot more effective for relationship building and trust building, first of all, but also for conveying warmth. It comes off as disingenuous when someone is performing this way of speaking.
Yeah.
And so that's how I think about it in my lens.
Yeah.
Is that we use these words or these tools or these skills
Yeah.
to like force outcomes or like to create traction on things
Totally.
that don't necessarily need to happen.
You know what?
It's fluffy.
Totally. You know what I also think in my world too is like where this jargon absolutely applies itself is I think there's like a pressure to have an expertise
Right.
and to sort of,
Yeah.
because it's like, it's a hierarchy, right? Like the director has to have the ultimate opinion and,
Yeah.
you know, and I can see it play out where you're just kind of like, you're just kind of saying fluff words or you're just saying the thing, but do you actually know what it means? Like, you know, actors do it all the time. Like they're just kind of applying it in my world. But I wonder if specifically in business, I wonder if part of this jargon kind of came out of like, because, you know, in like business settings, you're supposed to be professional.
Yeah.
You kind of talked about that splitting thing, which I'm
Yeah.
like, we should do an episode about that because that's so interesting. But the idea of splitting, I feel like that kind of happens. Like, you know how there's like the corporate person and then there's like the regular person.
Totally.
Do you think this jargon was also kind of birthed out of like, well, I can't tell this person to like F off. So I have to find the professional way of saying that.
Yeah.
And so out of that, you kind of created like an accidental vocabulary.
I don't know if you've seen this, but there's also this term called LinkedIn speak. And there's this AI bot that you can type anything into the box
Yeah.
and it will turn it into LinkedIn speak, which is basically this like passive aggressive corporate way of getting your point across, being like, you know, if you want to tell someone like
Yeah.
F off,
Yeah.
LinkedIn speak might say something like, I hear what you're saying, Margaret, but I just am not sure we're aligned
Yeah.
on the same activations. It'll like say something like that.
love that.
Yeah. And so I wanted to read the second part because I think it's really, really fascinating.
That's so funny. We're
You're-
not aligned on the same activations.
We're just not aligned on the same
We're not
activations.
aligned.
That's my new vocal stem.
Yeah, I think so. I think
Yeah.
so. Margaret.
Margaret, I don't think we're aligned on the same
We are the same stimulations.
how
Activations.
therapy voice on top of that.
Yeah.
Yes, Margaret. I'm not sure we're aligned on the same activations.
Love that.
And so if I were to continue reading the article, it goes like this. To figure this out, the researchers developed something called, and this is funny, called the corporate bullshit receptivity scale. Using AI, he generated meaningless but fancy sounding business jargon. Example, this synergistic look at our thought leadership will ensure that we are decontenting and avoiding reputational deficits, which is basically talking but saying nothing.
Yeah.
Then he asked more than 1,000 office workers to rate the business savviness of a mix of these nonsense sentences and substantive quotes from Fortune 500 CEOs.
Wow.
Whoa. Finally, he tested study subjects on their analytical reasoning, fluid intelligence, and practical decision making, as well as asked them about their satisfaction with their jobs and company leadership. What did he find? People who were most impressed by corporate BS were unsurprisingly also more likely to see their leaders as visionary. All they need to be impressed by is a hail of random buzzwords, after all. They were also more likely to be satisfied at work, interestingly enough. But the contentment came at a cost. They also performed worse on the various tests of cognitive and work performance, meaning that their actual language they used did not correlate with their outcomes.
So what are you supposed to do with this information, though?
It's a lot of soup salad. Like it's
Yeah.
a lot of
Bean
like,
soup?
Yeah,
Is that right?
It's a lot of mush mouth. Like
Yeah, mush mouth.
it's a lot of
One
you
more.
know, it's a lot of just
One more.
don't even.
Soup salad.
Yeah.
We got soup salad. We got mush mouth.
Soup sandwich.
Soup sandwich. Oh my god.
A soup
that's
sandwich
so
is even better than a soup salad.
stupid.
But it's a lot of
mush mouth. I love that. That's my new vocal sim.
thank you.
Guys, this just sounds like a lot of mush mouth.
It's just
No.
it's a lot of milk toast over
Yeah,
here.
it's too much
just
milk
not
toast.
working.
It's soup salad.
It's not
Mush
working.
mouth.
The soup sandwich, it's not working.
Yeah. Como se dice
Soup-
mush mouth.
Yeah.
Anyways.
She was a soup sandwich. It just is a lot of words that
Yeah.
say nothing.
Yeah.
And you know, I think at any time when you are in a scenario like this, you want to come off likable, maybe you want to come off as smart, you want to come off as employable.
expert.
I don't know. Yeah, you want to come off as having expertise. I think you nailed it on that.
Mhm.
I think sometimes we get ourselves into these situations where we're not as authentic as we would be if we were just being ourselves.
Mm.
And so interestingly, like to tie these two together.
But I think about the environments too as well of like, sorry,
Oh.
you're ready to wrap up. But I think about the environments that force us to not be ourselves, right?
Sure.
Like work environments don't necessarily celebrate like tell Margaret to F off.
Well, okay, that's
You know?
that's interesting. I would have loved to see in this research if
Yeah.
there was an analysis on who is more likely to use this corporate speak, whether that's to get ahead or to
Mm.
sound smart,
Mm.
right? I'd be curious, like, do minority groups use corporate speak
Mhm.
more than non-minority groups?
Yeah, does it signal?
Or oppositely,
Oh,
do maybe white men
yeah.
in the office use corporate speak to sound smart and therefore elevate their position
Right.
in a meeting? I don't
Right.
know. It's interesting because the next layer of that is I kind of go, okay, for who
Yeah.
and why?
I wonder if I'm hearing like, ooh, could it be a tool to, yeah, as you say, like signal or like to be heard or to be, I don't know, if it's its own language,
Yeah.
if you kind of show that you can speak it, is that part of the test of it all? Like,
Part of it too is I think is that we've just been so interneted
yeah,
that like it's just
interneted.
it's just so
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
It just feels so that, and
I
I don't
know.
know how to like even explain it other than it's just so that.
Yeah. But what I do hear and feel and see, and maybe it's just not me, but I feel like there is a genuine like exhaustion
Yeah.
of it all. Like I do think the performance of like maybe the internet 3 years ago is starting to wear off on people. Like people are, I think are just a little tired of performance and disingenuousness. I think we have like a really high threshold, a really high like bullshit detector now.
Yeah.
And I think more and more we can see it when it's popping up.
I'd hope so. Yeah.
And I hope that kind of means like, we return to, okay, what are we actually trying to say? Like what do we actually want here? Versus like coming up with another language, another word, another like reinvention of something that's existed before. And it's like, stop it. Stop, Ron. Stop.
Totally.
Ron.
I mean, for all the jargon that we use on here, I wonder, it's only a matter of time before someone says...
Do you think we're part of the problem?
It's only a matter of time before someone says that this isn't therapy jargon. Is making us all dumber.
I can't wait. I can't wait for that podcast. I just hope I'm alive to see it and hear it. I want to go to their live show. Who do you think would host it?
I don't know. All right, let's wrap this up.
Yeah,
Let's take
yeah.
a quick break, and then we're going to come back for our final little segment there. All right, take us to it.
I'm not ready. You
If
are.
the Lord will lead you to it,
The Lord
He
will
will get
lead
you through it.
All right. So let's, at the end of every single episode of this podcast, Jake and I, we'd like to resurface and we like to just leave you all with a note of levity because sometimes you're shocked.
yeah, it's a good
It's a good question.
It's a great question.
It's a good question.
Sorry, girls.
And so, it's an open forum. It's an open question box. It's down below in the show notes. Anyone, anywhere can just submit a question, a query, a quandary to us, to the culture, something that's on your mind, whatever it may be.
That's so true.
Yeah. It can even be a dilemma. Like those ones are funny when people are like, "What do I do?"
Yeah, what if I...
And then we
Should
say,
I get bangs?
"Yeah," and we say, "Yeah,
Like, I don't know, send us a picture.
yeah," or I just say, "I don't know, try half. Like do half your face and then see how you feel." That's my advice. Go from there, like snip half of it, commit to it for a week, and then if you don't like it,
So it's a lot like
Then
that.
we'll know.
We'll be giving a lot of that.
yeah.
the
Anyway,
finals.
so
Yeah.
without further ado,
And without further, I don't think so, honey.
it's time for
Asking for a friend. This is the question that we are pulling this week from the box. It says, what is one TV show or movie you'd want to be seen remade and how? I'm not sure I understand the and how,
And how?
but I do want to answer the question.
like,
What's
like,
and how?
and how?
Underwater.
No.
I'd like them to,
No,
to remake
I thought of a
Lizzie McGuire Underwater.
Yeah. I really want to see.
And how?
I really want to see Fight Club as a stop motion animation. No, I'm kidding.
Wait, maybe that actually is the question.
Maybe
I
I
don't.
don't
I don't want to yuck anyone's yum. Like if that's what the lovely listener wants to know, we'll do it.
Okay, fair.
Okay.
We're not making fun of you. We're just making fun
No,
of our
yeah,
stupidity.
yeah. Please,
Um,
please don't think we're making fun of you.
what is a movie or TV show that you would want to be remade?
I listen.
Think about your past. What?
You
Do have an
already
answer?
know my answers.
Is it the?
I only have 2 favorite movies on planet Earth.
I know, but would you want it remade? Is the question.
Yeah,
You would.
it's the same kind of nostalgia thing that we're talking about,
We
right?
should do that movie.
If there was a remake of Stand By Me or The
Yeah.
Goonies,
Yeah.
I would be there. I would show up and be like, "That's cool."
But would you? Okay, maybe here's the how. Would you want? Because I could see the Goonies as a series, like a Netflix series.
100%. That's. Oh, and how? Like the treatment.
Yeah, maybe.
Great question.
I don't know.
I didn't piece that together.
Yeah.
I would love to see the Goonies remade into a television show.
Amazing.
That would be so
Like
cool.
from like a present day lens.
Yes.
Cool.
That would be so cool.
I love that.
Yeah. I love that. What's your answer?
I don't know.
I would love to see Harry Potter remade into a television show of 12 episodes on a streaming platform that no
Yeah.
one has access to.
I also
And from an author that no one really gives any
cares for
yeah.
anymore because she's a turf. I think so too.
yeah, what? Like,
And especially since the actors
We
are
needed that.
made the original one, like the core cast of them are only in their 30s.
especially because we don't already have 8 movies.
Yeah, and it wasn't like it was years ago. It was like maybe 10. That's what I really want.
Yeah, because we
Yeah.
didn't have 8 movies and 8 books.
Yeah.
We want.
We only had 7 books, but
No, there are 8.
there's 8 books.
Yeah.
You're talking about all those stupid other outlier
This
ones.
is the Shrek 3.5 conversation.
Oh,
And we shan't revisit it.
yeah.
We
What-
shan't
Yeah.
revisit it.
I want to think of okay, but you know what I actually think about? Now I think about the how. What would be a movie, help me, that I would want to see as a Broadway musical? What? Shrek. Yeah. You're still there.
I'm laughing because
What?
we just got done in a different conversation, you and I
Yeah.
offline,
Yeah.
talking about how I have this authority and this certainty.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure you're much more of a Harry Potter fan than I am.
Yeah.
And I just convinced you that there were 8 books.
Yeah. You did. And I was like, no, there wasn't. No, but technically there are a bunch of other books that support it, but if the pure canon, there's 7. You're so annoying.
It's so annoying. I'm
You
so
are
sorry.
so annoying.
I'm so sorry.
I was like, well, you're not wrong.
I'm
There
so
technically
sorry.
is. I know. I gotta hold my with you. I gotta hold it a little
Oh my
harder.
Gosh. Okay. What's the answer to your? What is your
I was
answer?
trying to think. I don't know. I was trying to approach it. I was being like, oh, what would I want to see as like a Broadway musical from like my past?
Oh, how
Like
about Wicked?
Magic School Bus
How
the
about Wicked?
musical.
Wicked.
As I want to see Wicked. You know the movie that just came out. I want to see Wicked as a Broadway play.
How about Wicked?
Yeah, I can't think about that. I actually here's the actual thing.
No, you don't get off the hook here.
What?
You have to give the listener the answer.
The answer. I'm trying to think of like what are the movies that were really important to me, but I don't want them remade.
Is this a lot of pressure for you
It
as a
is.
filmmaker?
It
Yeah.
is. There's so much pressure.
You
I
seem
will
to
say,
be-
okay, I'm gonna cop out and I'm gonna say Avatar only because I'm wearing the shirt and we talked about it.
Isn't there already one?
We're not talking about the James Cameron. We're talking about the better one, which is the animated series. But I will say that once upon a time there was a rumor. So the Avatar. This is for again, fast forward if you're not interested. The Avatar is the master of all 4 elements. Okay, in every like cycle of the Avatar, a new
Right.
Avatar is born, and the whole idea is that they bring balance to the universe. Okay, so with Avatar Aang, which is the original one, he was the last airbender. So there's air, fire, earth, and water, and he was the last airbender because all the airbenders were eradicated, like a genocide by the firebenders. It's a phenomenal show.
Mm-hmm.
It's phenomenal. Second one is Avatar Korra, which was a little bit like the Avatar started to be blamed for things, and it was like very political. It was very like steampunky.
Why haven't they made that into a movie yet?
I feel like they did a live action, and they did a live action series. It's on Netflix.
Oh.
And then they also did a movie with M. Night Shyamalan, and it's terrible. It is
Got
the
it.
worst thing on this planet. There's
So-
a couple things.
Those are some good examples of how like a sequel or like a remake
Like, we didn't need
like
it. We
may
didn't need
not
it.
be the better option.
But my thing that I would answer to this question is in the original canon, like original style, like the animated series, I would want to see another Avatar that is linked to the next one is supposed to be Earth because it was air and then it was water and the next one's supposed to be an Earth.
Cool.
bender.
Okay.
So, and the rumor was that it was going to be twin Earthbenders, which was going to be 2 avatars. Anyways, that would be my answer. I want to see a really good series, like true to form, like literally how it was made originally as an Avatar series. I want them to spend as much time about the series, about the story and everything.
Go off, girl.
Yeah.
Get it.
Anyways, if you agree, let me know. If you disagree, I don't care. Keep it pushing, Mary. That conversation wasn't for you.
Listen, if you like what you heard, I
Yeah.
hope you get in touch with us. You
Yeah.
can follow us on all social media. You can find us on YouTube as well. So if you are not watching the video,
Yeah.
you're only getting half the story.
Yeah.
And I'm starting to see the numbers go up. People are migrating over there.
Yeah.
I know it can sometimes feel like a long watch,
Yeah.
but it's worth it. It's
It
worth it.
is.
Just put it on like maybe while you're cooking dinner or something.
Yeah.
You can like kind of like listen and watch us versus just listen.
Yeah.
We have a lot of listeners who are like loyal listeners.
I love that.
But now we might have to say the lovely watchers.
Watchers? The
Oh, no.
wonderful watchers and the
The-
lovely listeners.
That's so true. The wonderful watchers.
The wonderful watchers and the lovely listeners. Thank you for being here.
Okay, we'll see you next week.
We'll see you next week, kid.
Bye.
Bye.
This isn't therapy.
Combo.